And welcome back. This is your man Warrior. This is another patron roster review, and this is Dandre the Giant, or Dandre the Giant at Yo Mama's Guild. That's right, Yo Mama. And Dandre the Giant is doing really well. As a Dolphin, has been playing since the very beginning, but did take a bit of a 9-month break. A 9-month break does hinder things quite a bit. Was looking at your teams. You know, the arena team you're running is great. The fleet arena you're running is great. You're really focused on the right things. So going into your inventory, we kind of look to see what you've built up over the last 2.5 years, and you got some decent characters up at the top. So we're going to go talk about the Sith raid. That's really all you want. You said Sith raid, Sith raid, Sith raid. I need to know about phase 1, 2, 3, 4. What am I going to be focused on team-wise? You really wanted a team for each phase that you could really shoot and dig into. So we're going to step right into phase 1. And of course, there's no secrets here. Jedi Training Rey, and you said you kind of had this team pretty locked down already, and that's true. You do. You got R2-D2, BB-8's pretty high up there at gear 11. Jedi Training Rey is there at gear 12, so that's really great. You also have Resistance Trooper, probably the best bang for your buck there as well, and you have Rey Scavenger and Finn and Poe. So you've got everything you need for a Resistance team, but I would highly suggest that you actually, even though I know you're a Dolphin, so you don't spend a ton of money in the game, I would actually recommend one of the characters right now, and that's Holdo. Now, I know Holdo's not farmable, but she will be in the next 4 to 6 weeks, probably closer to 4 weeks. And when she comes farmable, you're going to want to star her up as soon as possible. But in the meantime, over the next 4 to 6 weeks, you could be gearing her. She's really the missing link for this team, and I highly recommend you guys consider her. She not only gives health recovery in 2 different ways, but she provides foresight to the team. She dazes the opponents. She'll put defense down on the primary target. Defense down, that's a huge deal in the raid. She's a dispeller slash, cleanser. She can clean your team up, keep them safe from being, debuffed and whatnot, which is really important with the Annihilate, making sure that you can time it right, because if he's constantly debuffing you with the defense down, it's harder to really know when he's going to go off. So making sure that you're cleansed, and when she cleanses, she gives up, health and protection regeneration back, and she's really fast. She's either taunting, and has foresight more than likely, or if she's not taunting, she gets plus 50 speed, so you don't even have to worry about making her lightning fast. She's really the missing link for a Jedi Training Rey phase 1 team, but you got to gear her up, and when she becomes farmable, you're going to want to farm her up real fast, and if the gear's not there, you're going to have to try and do the stars and the gear, and that's a problem if she ends up going on a traditional node, which 2 of the last 3 characters have gone on traditional, like 20 nodes for like 20 energy. If she goes onto one of those 20 energy nodes, you're not going to have a whole lot of energy for her actual gear. So I would worry about gear now, worry about stars later, and then down the road, she'll be the character that you get to throw into your team. For phase 2, I recommend an Empire / Sith team. You got a lot of characters to choose from, but obviously I would recommend Emperor Palpatine lead, Darth Vader, Darth Nihilus, Sith Assassin to speed the team up, and then I would also suggest TIE Fighter Pilot, because you have that in your Empire as one of the most overpowered Empire that you have. And under Emperor Palpatine lead, TIE Fighter Pilot's going to go a lot and be able to do a ton of damage. So this would be a really great phase 2 team, is the Emperor Palpatine led Sith / Empire team. For phase 3, this is going to be the one I tell you to focus on the most. Phase 1, you're basically done. I'm just suggesting a little bit of work on Holdo's gear until she's farmable. Phase 2, you basically have everybody you need between the Sith and the Empire to really make a good team. But phase 3 is where you've got the most amount of opportunity to really work on it. Now, I know for phase 3 is not going to be quite ready yet, and so I would tell you that you could, for phase 3, take in your Imperial Troopers. Your Imperial Troopers are going to do a lot of damage. They're going to be great. Obviously, if you're going to use the Imperial Troopers, I would recommend Zeta on the unique aggressive tactician for General Veers to make sure this team really pops. But you could use right now, today, your Imperial Troopers in phase 3. But we all know phase 3 is really dominated by the Chex Mix team, which is basically a rebel team. Obviously, Death Trooper will go into it, but Death Trooper's in your Imperial Trooper team for now. But when you switch from Imperial Troopers to this new team, I would highly recommend the Chex Mix. It has a CLS lead, which you're good to go, Han Solo, which you're good to go, and then Chirrut, which your Chirrut is a little bit sad at gear 9, but not terrible. He's at least at 7 stars and usable. And then, of course, Death Trooper will come over from your Imperial Troopers team to here. And then the last is Pow at gear 4, 4-star. He's really not ready to go. So this is kind of right now your lowest or weakest link. He'd be the #1 character in the game I would farm and gear other than gearing Holdo. He is definitely #1. He's going to help you put the offense up, and he's an attacker, so you can focus on modding him with all offense. Same thing with Chirrut and CLS and Death Trooper. Just get their offense up as high as humanly possible, and then your Han Solo can be, crit chance, crit damage mod set with offense secondaries. That way you can do a lot of damage. But Pow is weird. He's not really usable anywhere in the game except for territory battles and this phase. But Chex Mix does a ton of damage, and he's really the path of least resistance for you, and he's the better choice between him and Jedi Knight Anakin. So this is the one character other than Holdo I really focus on, other than continuing development on obviously your arena team, your crew members for your ships, and finishing off all the characters in your phase 1, 2, and 3 teams. So we know you're going to be chewing on gearing up Holdo. You're going to be gearing up Pow and trying to get his stars. By the way, he farms pretty quickly. But the last in phase 4 is going to be kind of, you throw everything but the kitchen sink at this. You can do your Phoenix teams in phase 4. You can do your First Order teams in phase 4. But Night Sisters really do the most bulk damage that I've seen. They can really help you get through the Darth Nihilus stage, or the beginning stage of phase 4. Really, really great team for that. And really, you've already got a Saj and Oldaka there. So you're doing really well. The next 3 that I would recommend is Spirit, Talzin, and Zombie. Those 3 are all now farmable. And what's really cool, I know you're a Dolphin, so this may not work out for you, especially if you're trying to gear Pow and gear Holdo, but you can actually farm Zombie, Spirit, and Talzin at the exact same time. That's right. Spirit is actually in Cantina, so you could go to exclusively Cantina and get Spirit up, and then Zombie and Talzin just have a fixed 5 hard nodes, so that you could spend 100 energy on each of them a day because they're on different nodes. And if you have 200 energy a day, and you should with a couple refreshes, you could do all 3 characters farmed at the same exact time. Of course, there's going to be events that give us Talzin shards and Zombie and Spirit shards, and so it should speed up that progress a little, but you can farm them all simultaneously. And if you have some extra energy, you can obviously go for Pow and Holdo, but you could put one of them on hold, not worry about Spirit for now or Zombie, and focus on Talzin exclusively while you do your Pow farming and your Pow gearing. Just one of those things. And Pow doesn't have to really be that high. Gear 8 is more than sufficient, and you might even have the gear to take Pow to gear 8 today. So again, not that big a deal. But the Night Sisters are awesome because you'll get to use them everywhere in the game, from territory wars, offense, and defense. Territory battles, they're like the best team for dark side territory battles. You'll also be able to use them in arena from time to time if you need to have one of those paper, rock, scissors situations where you pull a team out that you can't beat. These guys will probably be the ones to beat it. And of course, in phase 4, they do the most amount of damage I've seen for a phase 4 team. So Dandre the Giant, I really hope this helps. I hope you have gotten some more focus on who to focus on in the Sith raid. I know that 9-month break kind of put you behind, but you're doing really well. You've got all the most important characters in the game. Really just Pow, which is something that kind of came out of right field recently that you got to kind of work on, and Holdo because she will become farmable soon, and she's really amazing for phase 1. Other than that, if anybody has any suggestions, leave them in the comments down below, and keep your gaming on. Warrior out.